looking at each other.
Exactly.
Why not be the guy that has one where you don't look at each other?
Yeah, no, it's true.
Today on the show, Ray J opens up about the Kim K sex tape. Young Thug and Gunna go to jail. Who got fired from his own TV show, and who's putting the Island Boys on one? All that and more today on the JamEasy Times. I'm your host, James JamEasy Times. I'm here with my special guest, Ian Gordon.
How's it going, man? I'm excited to be here.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, dude. I've been wanting to do it for a while, so this will be fun.
Are you a big pop culture guy?
I kind of always keep in the loop a little bit. It's almost like, even if you don't want to, you kind of hear stuff. And
Yeah.
It just is around. And so, like, all the other news stuff that I read, you'll see it. And I remember stupid shit for some reason. If there's something that's important where you have to remember it, I'll never.
You'll never.
But like stuff like this, I'll be like, oh, right.
Well, one thing I'm sure you've heard about, it actually came out the day after I recorded last week. I wish I could have had it on last week's episode to be really with the times. But the day after I recorded last week was the day that Chappelle got attacked on stage.
My God.
I'm sure you heard about that. That was big in the news.
Right
By now, it's old news. It's already came and gone. But let's hear your thoughts on that. Like, fucking, have you ever been attacked on stage?
No.
Never,
actually,
eh?
I think it's because, like, I'm not like a street fighter, but like I'm a pretty big guy.
Yeah,
so
you look like you could be a bouncer or something.
People are like, you know what? If I'm gonna attack somebody on stage, let's see what the next guy looks like.
Right. If this guy made me mad, I'm just gonna be popping off at the next one's joke.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean. But I think that's probably why. But yeah, man, it's happened a lot. Like, I've been to shows where it's happened, and like, it's common, man. It's even before all this stuff happened with Will Smith and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It was still a relatively popular thing. Not popular, but commonplace.
To get attacked?
Yeah, I feel like there's so many comedy shows and like professional ones, amateur ones all over the place, and it probably happens all the friggin' time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, speaking of like, they wait for the next guy to get on stage to attack him when you're on. One time I was hosting a show, and I forget who got this guy mad in the crowd earlier. He got this guy a little mad before, but then the guy didn't attack him on stage. But then Rahil went on stage.
Right.
And didn't even say anything that crazy. But to the same guy that got mad the first time, he had like, you know when you shave a design into the side of your head?
Yeah.
And Rahil said, "You look like you have a hero's haircut." Which isn't even that insulting.
Just a weird thing to say almost.
And the guy charged him on stage.
He was waiting for a charge.
And since I was hosting, I was like, and it's Rahil, my boy. I'm like, let me go grab the guy. The guy got to the stage. I grabbed him, pulled him off, whatever, and like walked into the door. And he's like, I blame you. You put these guys on, and they're all talking shit to me. And he's like, I have a gun. He's like, I'm gonna pop the trunk or whatever. This is a white guy with like a crazy haircut. And then I'm like, go. I'm like, you don't know comedians are ready to die? I'm like, most of us have suicide jokes. I'm like, go do it. And then he just was like standing there like dumbfounded, didn't know what his next move was.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. If it happened in a comedy show, I'm gonna use one of you guys as a human shield.
Yeah, just hold him up.
Yeah. Sorry, Rahil. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all good.
But that guy that attacked Chappelle on stage was like a rapper, eh? Did you know this? That was
his whole reasoning. I don't know. He's trying to do it for publicity or something.
He has a song called Dave Chappelle, which he obviously released the day he got fucking beat up.
He got hurt bad.
And his attack on Chappelle was he speared him, didn't even take him down, and he just ran away right away. Like,
Chappelle's got kind of jacked now though too.
Yeah. So. Chappelle pretty much like took the tackle pretty good.
That's good.
And then the guy's pictures after, man.
So I spent a long time, like probably like honestly 60 seconds. I'm looking at
It happens all the time.
Looking at the picture of this guy's arm, and I'm trying to understand. I put my arm out, and I'm like, what happened to it? Like it's
like this,
but it's like it doesn't make sense how his arm looks. It looks like like a Lego, like it's bad, and I don't know how you fix something like that. But I hope he got all the press that he wanted to get, and
I checked the song.
I feel like he made a big mistake.
For what the song that he released, like for this big publicity stunt, he only got 30,000 views.
What's the guy's
No Name Trapper?
No Name Trapper.
Yeah, No Name Trapper.
Okay, so like
and the song goes like, I'm laughing at you like
Dave Chappelle.
Yeah. Well, no, he says the N-word, but.
Oh, jeez.
Laugh at you niggas a joke. Okay. Laugh at you niggas a joke.
Okay, well, listen,
that's why I couldn't finish it. If it was Dave Chappelle, I could finish the lyric.
Like, I get, when you say, like I'm trapping, I know what that means, and, like, I'm at the trap house. But like if you say you're a trapper, that's already a thing too that's kind of popular. Like people like trap like animals.
Yeah.
Like, what do you work for the Hudson's Bay or what?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is that?
He wears like fox hats and everything. Like, that'd be alright.
That would
actually
be a better persona than attacking Dave Chappelle on stage.
Oh, 100%.
Become a trapper. A trapper rapper.
A trapper rapper.
There's
enough trap rap.
You wear a bunch of fur.
A whole new fucking
or
genre.
Faux fur if you're trying to be good about it.
No,
right?
if you're gonna be a trapper, you gotta fucking kill some animals.
Very good point. You at least have to get some that are already dead, and like maybe you have like a bear skin rug as well at home.
That's your trap. You just wait till animals die of natural causes. That's not even trapper. That's like a fucking very humane way to get your
you got a lot of old leather. You know what I mean?
I trap them, but then I let them live in my beautiful garden.
Yeah. I trap them, and then they come over to my place, and we're friends, and I nurture them until they pass away.
They die,
naturally.
Yeah. Not bad.
It's good. It's going to take a long time for him, but he's probably got the time now. He's probably going to do some time in the clink. He's
not.
Oh no, he got off. They're like, we fucked up your arm so bad.
No felony charges because he brought a gun on stage, but it was a fake gun.
Yeah, I saw the picture of it. It had like a knife on it, like he's Rambo.
Yeah,
that guy needs an evaluation, right? He needs to speak with a doctor or a professional and be like, why did you do that? You know what I mean? Do you want to sit down with us by the lake on a park bench and tell us what the fuck's going on?
Do you think Chappelle haters are loving this guy?
I don't know. If they are, they're stupid.
Yeah.
Because you can't celebrate somebody getting assaulted. If you're celebrating somebody getting assaulted, you're a hypocrite no matter what. Because that's not cool. Chappelle didn't do anything, violent to anybody else. He's not a horrible person.
Right.
I understand the jokes he had aren't somebody's taste.
Yeah.
And that's fine for them to feel that way. I don't really know the jokes. I don't watch a lot of his new stuff. Yeah. I don't watch a lot of comedy because especially with my kid, I'm so busy watching Peppa Pig. Which is also a very funny show.
Ever since I started doing comedy, I watch it less because
you're already at shows.
You're at shows, and I'm honestly sick of it.
Exactly.
I can't handle any more comedy.
Yeah, so I don't really know the nature of his jokes, whatever, but I know that they were maybe not the nicest to certain people. But that's no way. You can't celebrate somebody getting assaulted because of they said something you didn't like. That's not. Yeah. That's not right. So if you are also celebrating it gives it steam and allows people to say, oh well, it was a good thing. Okay, well, I'm going to do it more and more. And it's only a matter of time before somebody actually gets hurt. Like,
oh, for sure.
Potentially really badly.
Well, even the guy that hit him, like. Some of the people that are celebrating could be hypocrites, but that guy's now a hypocrite.
I don't think he'll have. Thankfully, he doesn't play guitar because if he was a guitar player, he's probably never going to play guitar again.
How's he going to take the animals out of these traps now with his arm backwards?
That's a good point. He's probably going to have to. Yeah, he's going to have a friend. Hopefully, he has a friend to help him.
Well, speaking of friends to help him, Chappelle having the other guys, what was it? Chris Rock, Jamie Foxx, and he says Jon Stewart. Everyone joined in on the beating. Now, at first they said that. Now he's saying that was just a joke, but I think. That's just a joke might be getting everyone out of trouble.
I mean, saying it's just a joke is what you have to say. But Chappelle, it'd be funny if they all beat... I would like to see Jon Stewart
throwing a couple kicks in there, right?
Kicking a guy in the ribs when he's down,
Well, Chappelle ran back and got a couple shots.
We're all animals at the end of the day.
He didn't just pick up the mic and just continue joke. He's like, I'm going to go back there and get a couple
this guy... But I mean, what the hell are you thinking? Like, spearing some dude... But the crazy thing is this can go into other arenas as well, like sports. There was a guy... Jack Grealish just got assaulted.
Soccer player? Yeah.
He got punched in the head. Did you see that?
No.
Some guy ran on the... Obviously, he's a Birmingham fan.
Okay.
So anyway, they ran onto the pitch and punched him in the side of the head. What the fuck is that?
Is Birmingham known for their crazy antics?
I feel like it's just... I don't know a lot about it other than it being like... It's kind of like a dirty... It's a dirt hole. It's like a shit place with a lot of dirty... I hope nobody from Birmingham is listening to this.
We have 3 Birmingham viewers every week. Yeah.
Listen, man, tell me I'm wrong. You know what I mean? Prove me wrong and say that it's a lovely place. What's the Birmingham tourism like? Probably not too bustling. It's probably one guy with a rotary phone being like, hello, right? It's like he's surprised he gets a call.
Yeah.
I don't know why you'd want to go. I'm shitting on Birmingham for a very long time.
Did he get a good shot in? Did he actually knock him down, or was it just
guys? You have to understand, if you're just some drunken idiot from the pub and you're all fat, like you're a fat piece of shit who's 47 attacking pro athletes probably gonna be able to take your shot
Right,
to the side of the head. You know what I mean? Especially a guy who hits soccer balls all day long on his skull.
Yeah.
These guys have a bit of a thicker skull than most. So yeah, he took it and then he scored after. So
yeah, it's true.
Right?
You get
karma.
You get a nice hard head if you play a lot of soccer and
man.
headers. I remember
those guys deal with a lot of conkies, but they don't talk about it.
Yeah, I think I had lots of concussions in my life in soccer and football.
Explains a lot, James.
It does. It does. No, it actually does. I've seen a doctor about it. It's a problem.
Sorry, but
no, I remember.
Focus. Don't look at the light. God damn it. No.
Yeah, fucking. I remember one time playing soccer and going for a corner kick. I was a defender, and the guy that was I was defending kept like elbowing me, right? And I was like, all right, you're gonna elbow me, okay? Right when the ball went up in the air, I just instead of going for the ball, I just headbutted him, and he was out for the game. His head wasn't strong, mine was.
Dude, I didn't know you played soccer. That's
yeah,
cool.
Yeah. I was quite an athlete back in the day. Now I'm a shell of a man. Don't put on about 40 pounds and
hey man, you
can't jump as high or run as fast.
Tripped and fell into a few pounds as we all do.
Yeah.
We can look back on the glory days. Polk High, 4 touchdowns. Al Bundy. Buddy, I didn't know you played basketball, football, and soccer.
I didn't really play basketball too much until this is the thing with basketball, man. I grew up with guys that are really good at basketball.
Yeah.
So I thought I was so bad. My friends, you remember Hoop It Up 3-on-3 tournament?
Yeah.
My friends won that 2 years in a row.
That's
so those are the guys that I'm playing with, and I was just trash. But then I went to University of Guelph and I would play like pickup games there. And I'm like, I'm not that bad. I was just playing with guys that are way better.
Yeah,
I got
guys are like pros, man.
7 to 10 mid range that are pretty consistent.
I like to hear that.
Other than that, I'm a little bit useless. But.
Don't worry about it. We're past our prime.
Yeah, you were a baller.
Yeah, I used to play, man.
You won the JFL tournament when I was there.
That took my knee. I think I friggin' tore strained my MCL doing that.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. But I shouldn't have been moving the way I was moving, but I was like, it's on the line, and you hear the Rocky theme song in your head, and you're like, my knees are gonna break, but I'm gonna do it.
We didn't get to face you guys. We lost in the semifinals. My team to the team that you guys and we
good.
lost in overtime. And honestly, it was my fault. We were It was a tie game. We had the ball. And I went for a 3 instead of like us running out the clock and just getting an easy 2.
You went for the glory.
I went for the glory, and then we went to overtime and we lost. So it was.
Yeah, man. Listen, you might have hit the shot. It's not whatever.
It was back rim. It wasn't that far off. I didn't airball it or anything, but
exactly. So whatever, you might have hit it.
I would have loved to play you guys though. It would have been fun.
Yeah.
But back to the news. Speaking of rappers that are getting in trouble, Young Thug and Gunna. Have you heard about this?
I have heard about this.
Big arrest, man.
This is it seemed to be pretty serious. They're facing hundreds of years, 500 years.
It's very serious. They were caught with lots of drugs and also what do you call it? They're connected to a murder because Young Thug rented a car that the murderers used to kill somebody.
That's right. This is what I've heard as well. So this is really serious. I was gonna, when you're like, oh, I want to read that article, and then it just disappears on your phone. That happened to me about an article between, I think it's like YSL and do you know?
That's like their.
There's 2 rivals. Like I don't know if they're full gang. I don't know what it is.
I don't know if it's a gang or a music
I know that it's
production.
been there's a serious hatred between them apparently. So I hate you hate to see any kind of violence or anything like that, but I don't know, man. I feel like it. I don't know what do you say, right? They're friggin'
Young Thug.
If you get caught with all that shit, he's the guy.
I like Young Thug.
He's an amazing artist. He's musically he's incredibly talented. He's got an ear for music. The guy can manipulate his voice like not a lot of people can.
Yeah, he's kind of like rock star.
He really does have an incredible talent.
Yeah.
But outside of that, he seems to be getting in trouble a lot, and that sucks because if you're successful at something, hopefully you can just live a peaceful, happy life. And if you're going through this type of shit and now you're involved in these types of crazy things and you might go to prison, it's like all for naught. When you've got all this talent and all this money, fuck, man, just enjoy, just move away or something. I don't know what to say. When
you are a young thug, it makes sense you're doing these crimes and stuff, but once you're grown up and making all this money, maybe you should just be grown, not a thug.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I'd be like, but it's hard to say.
Then everyone will say you changed.
But
you're not a thug anymore.
I'm not in his shoes. I didn't grow up in his position.
Yeah.
I don't know what it would take for him to actually walk away from stuff like that.
And maybe he did kind of walk away from it, but
Right.
they're like, hey, young thug, can you just rent the car that we do the murder in?
And again, this is all, he's been charged, but he's not guilty of anything until he's proven guilty. I have no idea what the facts of this case are other than what we've just read a little bit of. So hopefully it comes out and he's done nothing wrong. Same with Gunna, because those guys are...
I don't know Gunna that well.
I don't know him either. Again, I feel like these guys are... These rappers who are so successful, they are always getting in trouble, man.
Yeah, the baby's probably the most often guy that I've talked about on this show. He's always getting in a fight like every other week.
Yeah, it seems like he's always
Hey,
getting
DaBaby,
fights.
good staying out of the news this week.
I like that his name's DaBaby, and he's just a very angry... Somebody needs to get him some mush. You know what I mean? He needs liquid carrot, or like he's hungry. Like, I just had a baby, like DaBaby, and DaBaby gets mad, means DaBaby tired, or DaBaby need food, or DaBaby need to change diaper.
Yeah.
So I don't know why he's getting in fights and he's angry all the time. He either needs his diaper changed, he needs food, or he needs a nap.
Right.
That's what especially if he's DaBaby.
He's not taking enough naps. He needs to grow up.
He does. He should take more naps.
Yeah.
Dude, all these guys, Young Thug, if I had enough money that Young Thug had, and I was as successful as Young Thug, I'd take so many naps. You'd never see me. I'd be like, I'm not leaving the house. What's the point?
Right.
Right? You got a nice house. You maybe have an arcade in your place.
Sipping all that lean.
Yeah. I'd probably have a kidney somewhere on ice.
Right.
Like a nice fresh one somewhere.
I can't do lean because I'm already a sleepy guy.
Yeah, I don't think I would want to do lean. It's like that shit'll fuck you up, no?
I don't know what it does, but...
I think it's not good for your kidneys or your liver or something.
Yeah.
Liver is strong, though. Liver can regenerate. If you do your kidneys in with the lean, you're going to need to get a new one. It's like $25,000, right? And then you got to know a guy.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite drug?
Not really.
You're not a drug guy.
Not really.
No.
I like to have my beers. Like I drink Bud and I drink Heineken. I like Heineken. My girlfriend loves Bud. So we compromise. I'll drink Buds too. Buds aren't bad. Bud out of a bottle's not bad.
Yeah.
Bud, it's gotta be warm. I don't know if
What?
Or not warm. Sorry.
I was like, what the? I've never heard that. I like a nice warm Bud at the end of the day.
No, I meant the opposite of
Cool
warm.
down with a warm
It
Bud
can't be
Light.
warm.
Like,
When they're warm, they're shit.
that's the fucking commercial for them. Have you tried it warm? It's actually quite tasty.
I feel like that would be a bad business model. for them.
Everyone, hey, Coors Light's talking about the mountains being blue.
Yeah.
Bud, our bottle turns red. Actually, it is a red bottle.
They take it. Yeah, it turns red when it's hot enough.
Yeah.
You drink it like out of a mug, like a hot cocoa.
Hey, can you take those out of the fridge? I'd like to have a warm one later.
A boiling Bud.
Put it in the sun for a bit for me.
Yeah, no. What I meant was not warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gotta be freezing cold.
Makes sense.
Yeah, man, and especially now, being old, like, I don't know, I can't drink like I used to. I've calmed down on that stuff too. Like, I've been eating worse. That's probably my number one vice. I've been ordering in a lot. Lately, though, the last 2 weeks, I've only ordered in one fucking time.
Nice.
So my girlfriend and I were proud of that.
No, that is good.
More.
Who cooks? You or your girl? Or you
Well,
both?
she cooks, but, I'm not that bad. I do the cleaning. I'm a dishwasher, buddy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. People help
Dawn. I
people.
use the Blue Dawn. What do you use? What's your dish soap?
It's
Don't tell me Palm Olive.
it's yellow.
Sunlight?
I think sunlight.
That's a nice one.
Yeah. I'll read the label after. I'll check.
I recommend
We'll
some
put it in
blue, I
here.
recommend some Blue Dawn.
This episode's brought to you by... No, I wish, man.
Dude, Blue Dawn. It's what they use on the ducks when the ducks get covered in oil. The oil spills.
Oh, then you can trust it.
Exactly.
You fuck with a duck?
Yeah, if it's going to clean a duck, it could clean a dish. That should be their slogan.
If that's not your slogan, hey, Blue Dawn, sponsor this guy.
We got to talk to Blue Dawn.
Yeah. Do
Blue Dawn?
you have any sponsors on your show?
No, not yet. Maybe
Blue
we'll
Dawn.
get some.
Hit 'em
Yeah, I
up.
should get Blue Dawn.
What's your show? Might as well put that in right here in the middle of the episode.
It's called the People You May Know podcast.
People You May Know
Yeah,
podcast.
it's
Maybe
me
brought
and
to you
Jared
by Blue
Campbell.
Dawn.
And dude, that'd be great, dude. I get a case of Blue Dawn, lasts me forever. But yeah, watch it. It's on YouTube. People You May Know podcast.
Is it just on YouTube, or you can just listen to it?
I think you can listen to it yet. We've just launched our first episode, so
Yeah.
we're gonna get it all straightened out in the next few days.
Yeah, this one just visual. I have never made this an audio one.
No, I mean you can like you don't.
I could, but
it's fine if have it like this. It's kind of nice.
yeah,
easier.
a little different.
And it's less work if you don't have to do another whole audio thing. It's like
100%.
this is recorded, you upload it, maybe edit it a little bit, you're done.
Whole point of this show is the easiest point A to point B. Like, I have really nice mics that this could sound way better, but then I would have to match the audio to the video. So
Yeah, it seems-
I just plug the lavalier in and
This is fine.
we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's fine. It's not the best. But it's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
We're having fun.
We're having fun.
Yeah, man.
Now, on this show, throughout the weeks, I've been talking about 50 Cent's been calling out other rappers for being gay. He called Young Buck gay. He said Benzino fucks with transsexual women, right? Now, one of the women that Benzino denied outright that never happened, she now released a diss track towards him. Her name is Shauna Brooks. She's a beautiful trans woman. And she does it on the...
Good.
I was getting some head instrumental, you know? I was
yeah.
getting some head. And her opening line is, I was getting some head from Benzino, no neck. And that line kills me because he has no neck. This is how he looks. He looks like this. So it's actually a good song. If you're going to listen to any song you hear off today, skip No Name Trappers and go straight to Shauna Brooks' diss track towards Benzino. It's really
That's hilarious.
quite a good one.
50 Cent's always calling people out for one reason or another.
50 Cent stays in the news too, but he's actually entertaining about it. It's not like he's getting in trouble. He just likes to have a little fun.
But if you call enough people gay, it makes me wonder whether or not you're just deflecting your own emotions.
That's exactly what Benzino said. He's like, maybe you're gay. He's like, look at all those gay scenes in the latest season of Power.
Listen, 50 Cent's probably had a lot of sex in his life. And, you know, he's got it working. He's got stuff in the blender. You know what I mean? Things are popping off for 50. He's got to be thinking about what it's like.
You go to the candy shop enough times, you're going to end up walking out with a lollipop.
Sure, there you go. That's a perfect analogy. So listen, I mean, if this is the thing. It's a classic projection for 50. You know, he's a bully, and he's calling people gay, and like for no particular reason. He can just stay out of it and not bother anybody. Like he's got all the power to say nothing, but he just loves stirring the pot. So maybe, you know, maybe he's a little...
Sometimes people should say nothing.
Interested as well. And that's great. I'm happy for 50.
Yeah.
But he should come out and say so. It would do a lot.
It would do a lot. If 50 Cent came out as an openly homosexual man...
It would do a lot.
It would... would that be the coolest gay guy ever?
No. There's cool gay guys.
Who's the coolest gay guy ever right now? Who's got the title?
Right.
Where's it going next? Oh... Yeah, Chet Hanks. You know Chet Hanks?
Sure.
Speaking of people apologizing. So people...
Mr. Appropriation.
Mr. Appropriation. So he got in trouble. Not in trouble, but somebody like called him out for like culturally appropriating, and they said, do you want to apologize? And he's like, nah, bumbuclat, sorry.
Is that what he said?
No, he's like, no. He's like, tell these social justice warriors to kick rocks.
Okay. I mean, this is another guy who was born... Like, these dudes who have so much money, and they're born with all this privilege... There's a saying that I like. It's like born on third base and thought he hit a triple.
Yeah. I like that saying. Yeah.
It's a great saying because it's perfect for this guy. He thinks he knows everything. He thinks he got a little. He's always probably wanted to have some fame because I'm sure some of his buddies are famous, like who he grew up with, because it's probably so easy for these rich kids to get popular on these sites. And he got a little fame doing like a shitty like patois like impression.
I don't think it's shitty. I think he does it quite well actually. I'm actually
but it's
down
shitty
with
in the way
Hanks.
but it's shitty in the way he does, like I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I get it.
What's your tell me why you're
know.
anti, like you think it's
I don't like him because he's a rich kid who thinks it's funny to just do this type of shit. Like he's got no discernible talent necessarily other than being able to do this accent.
Have you heard the song White Boy Summer?
I think so.
It's good.
It's like, but it's like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
It's a very fun video too.
He's Tom Hanks.
He's just like bouncing his head off asses and shit.
When he's done, at the end of the day, you're like, this kid is Tom Hanks' son.
Yeah.
This guy's Forrest Gump's kid.
Right.
And like, you know what I mean? Like, he grew up, he was like...
Chet is such a name for a guy.
Chet.
It's such a name for a guy that's born on third base too.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I don't think there's ever been a poor kid ever named Chet.
Chet, it's either probably the extreme. It's either you're born in like the mud outside of a trailer park, or you're born in like, you know, Malibu Beach or wherever the fuck he's from.
Yeah. Chet, can you clean out the toilets?
He's got all these tattoos and like, what's his? Does he have a brother who's like normal?
Yeah, he has a brother that's very.
That's not normal.
They're both actors, but the other brother actually gets like more work.
Right.
And he's taller, brunette. Fuck, I forget his name.
He's more like,
He's much more like the nerdy end, and then Chet's like the cool brother.
Chet. I don't know. Whatever. He's getting called out because, I don't know. It's funny. You can do that kind of accent, but you're also like a one-trick pony a little bit too. Because, you know, it would be like if you do one impression, you go up on stand-up. You go up on stage as a stand-up and you're like, all right, it's time for my Hulk Hogan impression. And that's all you do.
Let me tell you something, brother.
And people are like, "Wow, that's great. Good job." And then they're like, "What else? You got anything else?" And he's like, "My dad's Tom Hanks." Like, you're like, "Give me something. Make me give a fuck about you in a way that's more than just you doing patois." Because tell me you've got some talent.
I got news for you, Ian. He's actually in a great show.
Okay.
With
I accept that.
What's that? Bryan Cranston. He was Your Honor. You didn't see Your Honor?
No.
Worth a watch. He plays like a small role in it, but he does a good job. Honestly, man,
Right, that's what I want from him. It's just normalcy.
this fucking Chet Hanks hater, his mic keeps falling off.
Give me some. Just stop running around doing patois, telling me how rich you are. You know what I mean? Good for you. You're on a boat somewhere having a good time. Fuck off. I'm at work.
Well, speaking of Island Boys, the Island Boys, you've heard of them. Island Boy, just trying to make it, right? They're going to be on a TV show.
Okay.
It's going to be called Ultimate Social Media Boxing. So there's going to be a bunch of social media stars that get in the ring and box. I'm actually excited.
This is the only way you can do. That's the only show that we would watch because you're like,
I want to see them get punched in the
would
face.
like to see these guys get punched in the head.
Yeah.
You'll provide me the potential to see that? Great. I'll tune in for that.
Those guys, like, I have more respect for Chet Hanks than those guys.
I don't know anything of. Do you know? Okay, they released like that Island Boys song.
Yeah.
They caught on virally. I don't know anything about those guys. Like, where do they come from? Like, what is?
They're from Miami. They have Cuban heritage. They say they're not white. And is that their way of saying they're not white? But it still doesn't explain why they're the Island Boys. Cuba is an island, but not the island that they're representing.
They're from Miami. They're from Florida. They're the Peninsula Boys.
Yeah, with the Peninsula Boys.
Doesn't have the same kind of ring to it.
Island Boys is sick though.
Island Boys. So so they're just like from Miami. There's these two kids, like.
Yeah, they just have crazy hair. I think they like to make a little music
out of nowhere.
It was just that Island Boy song that just them two together. But now they've been recruiting other Island Boys. They give the same haircut too. There's two other guys that they're rolling with. That makes no sense to me.
It's like Pinocchio or something.
They were on what was it? I think Jake Paul's show, Impulsive, and his podcast, and they got in a big like riff with one of them. I
saw that.
Yeah.
There's something happened where he said something and they left. They were like, I feel like they're either saying the Island Boys out loud or they're threatening people. Like that's all they do. Or like they're talking about shoes or like chains or something. They're, these kids are like friggin' how old are they? Like 18 years old? Yeah. When you're 18 years old, if I think about how I was at 18, I was pretty brainless. You know what I mean? So I was already losing my hair, but if I had cool hair and like I got a bunch of money when I was 18, I'd probably also act like a fucking idiot. Right? Yeah. It would be great. I'd be having fun. I can't blame them. I don't hate on them, but it's just like, it's weird.
That's actually something that I thank God for, that I didn't become rich and successful at a young age. I don't even think I'm ready for it now. That's why I'm taking my time. You know what I mean? Not blowing up too fast.
What would have happened?
Only getting 28 viewers a week on this JamEasy Times. Because once thousands start pouring in, oh my God!
What do you think?
I would definitely gamble a lot of it away. Probably do lots of drugs and have a much more serious alcohol problem.
So you would have just
party too much.
All right. So it would have like set you back from a party standpoint.
Yeah.
Me too, probably. Yeah. Come to think of it, I'm like, you got to figure you'd be. I was already drinking a ton in those days. So if I got somebody who was like, here's $1 million, it'd be like, dear God. I'd be going to Vegas. I'd for sure gamble it away.
I might not have treated women as nice as I have. Like in my life, I've never made a girl hate me, and I'm proud of that. Good for you. I'm happy with that. But I think if I was rich, I probably would have made a couple girls hate me.
I mean, money is going to make you arrogant, and it's going to inflate your ego, right?
And money makes them
come. You've
done
nothing. You just have.
That's a song by Rick Ross. Money make me come. Money make me come. And if I had all these girls my money making them come, then the last girl would be upset that I'm making a new girl come with my money.
That's true. Rick Ross isn't saying "money make me come." It's the girls in the chorus.
He raps his verse and then she goes, "Money make me come." Money,
I don't want to think about Rick Ross
coming to money. No.
I don't want to think about him ejaculating at all.
He's the biggest boss that you've seen thus far.
He's probably quite an ejaculator.
That song, the biggest boss that I've seen thus far. The first time I ever got in a fight.
That's a good tune.
First time I ever got in a fight in a club.
I'm the biggest boss.
That song was big, and me and my friends, we got in a fight. The other guys got kicked out. We won the fight. The other guys got dragged out by the bouncers after because we had a booth, and we had bottles, but I wasn't drinking because I had to drive my friends home after. I was designated driver. So the biggest boss comes on. I'm holding a bottle of water like it's a bottle of fucking alcohol. Like, I'm the biggest boss. It was quite a moment in my history that I look back on fondly. Yeah.
What club was it? Do you remember?
It was Club Body English.
Body English. Oh, in Mississauga.
Eglinton and Dixie. What happened was I was dancing with a girl on the dance floor. Guy comes up and he's like, she has a boyfriend, get off her. And she's like, no, we broke up today, whatever.
Oh.
So I guess her boyfriend was outside trying to get in. He couldn't. His friends were inside trying to get her outside.
This is like a tale as old as time.
Tale as old as time. We go, so I'm like, just come back to our booth. They'll leave us alone. But they followed us back to our booth. They're trying to get out. My friend gets in their face like, yo, just leave us. And then they throw a drink in my boy's face. And then we're like, well, gotta fight now. And then it was just melee. And
Is that Sugar Daddies now?
No, Sugar Daddy's around the corner. Now it's a strip club, actually.
Okay.
I don't know what the strip club's called now.
I still hear the ads for Sugar Daddies.
Oh,
I feel like
Thursday nights, Sugar Daddy's.
Sugar Daddy's nightclub, dude.
Yeah, I think
gotta go one day.
Flow night.
Yeah, it's Flow 98.7 now.
Yeah.
It's still hard for me to not say G 98.7.
Right.
It's always been G 98.7. Now it's Flow 98.7.
Yeah.
But
Flow. Yeah.
They seem to be still playing good music. I feel like they got the same most on air. Last I checked, most on air, same on air personalities.
As G or as Flow?
The G.
They kept the G's?
It seems. I think so.
Way to keep the G, guys.
But again, I don't know. You have to check. But I think so.
That's enough new school stuff for today.
Yeah,
let's. You're an old school guy. Remember the Wonder Years?
Oh yeah.
So they're making a remake of the Wonder Years, and Fred Savage got fired from his own show.
Isn't it out already?
Well, yeah, but I guess they're making more episodes. Fred Savage is executive producer. He's executive producer and director, and he got fired.
Why?
For treating women like crap.
Good, fuck him. If that's what he's doing.
Apparently, that's what he did on The Grinder too. That show, he's a lawyer in that show.
These guys.
And he got sued on that one for treating women bad.
You're a piece. Yeah, like it's so many.
I wonder what
away with this shit. Man.
I wonder what it means treating women like crap though, because if it was something like sexual, like they usually say like sexual misconduct or or harassment, but treating women like crap might be like, hey, you dumb he's bitch,
probably just
go get me a coffee.
That's equally as bad. It's not sexual. I don't know. Maybe that is even. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not the goddamn law, but I can tell you, if you're walking around doing that, if I was at a job and I heard one of my colleagues speak like that to a woman or to anybody, I'd be like, fuck you. I don't want to work for you. You're a fucking piece of shit. Because if you think about it like this, if you're working for somebody, you're putting in all your labor and you're taking a piece of the pie, but this person that you're working for who's treating people like shit is taking the biggest piece of the pie. So this guy is an asshole, treats people like shit, and he gets paid the most. Fuck that.
So say do you act at all?
Not really.
Okay, say you're an actor and you're working on set and the director pokes his head out of the trailer and he goes to a female walking by. Hey, my sandwich isn't gonna make itself, honey. What's your next move?
I would be like, fuck you. I would. I don't give a shit. I don't tolerate that kind of thing. I don't.
Because I think that's probably what he was getting in trouble for. Something like that.
I also don't, again, it's a hypothetical situation, but I would like to think that I wouldn't want to be around somebody like that. I don't know. It's just like, I got no time for that these days. People, there's this like weird division, all these men and women, and you hear all this, like these men hating women, and it's like, just why can't we just like all realize that this is not a battle, like you know what I mean, like fuck, there's bigger fish to fry than men have been. Just like, we're all crazy, man, spilling oil into the fucking ocean and like,
what if it was a woman treating a man like crap? A woman director.
It's the same thing.
Pokes her head out of her trailer and she says, "Hey Toots, my tire's not going to change itself."
It's the same thing. There's no that kind of like if you're on top and you get to treat people like shit, like anywhere it is. I don't like that. I've worked for bosses who have been shit.
Yeah.
And I've like, after a while you leave and you're like, I should have left a long fucking time ago because this person is fucking shit.
What's the worst boss you ever had? Anyone stick out in your mind?
Just people, like bosses who don't give a fuck about their staff. Like you work really hard for them and you put in the extra time and they're just like, that's your job. That's what you should do. And they take home so much money and you're like struggling to get by and this person is like, it doesn't sit right with me, man. If you're doing so well off the back of people, you should be more charitable to those people. You shouldn't walk away with this big pie and leave people to fucking suffer. Fuck you.
Damn.
Lock them in stocks, man. You know? Kick them right in the arse. An arse kick and then out.
Yeah. Well, it seems to be times are changing, and people I think people are treating each other better.
Listen,
now.
man.
Do you think
there's only so much that we can all take.
Do you think these are the wonder years, or back in the day was the wonder years?
These are not the wonder years. If these are the wonder years, we're fucked.
If you could live in any time in history, where'd you want to live? What do you think would be a good time?
Honestly, probably like depending on where you are. There's very seldom good times, but it would have to be. I don't know. I think we got pretty good.
We got
in
pretty
the
good.
80s. I would say like maybe 20 years before, instead of being born in 82, if I was born in 62.
Yeah.
There was in Canada, 62 in Canada, there's no wars that you have to go fight. The economy's pretty strong after the war. Shit's still cheap. Gas is cheap. Housing is cheap. Cars are cheap. You know what I mean? There's lots of wildlife still around. We haven't killed it all. That would probably be my answer. Like growing up, being like, if you were 20 years old, as a white man in Canada in 1982, that'd be probably awesome. But it was just fine in 2002. I can't really talk because
but 2022,
I can go back in time
shit.
most places and be okay.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, a lot of my guests, their options
not really
are pretty
a fair
limited.
question for me. Yeah, for somebody like me, it's like I'm privileged enough to be able to go
anywhere
a lot of different places and a lot of different times.
I've thought about that. Like, most of my friends are black, and I'm like, if the time machines ever get invented, like, we're only going to have a limited amount of places we can go together.
You got to go back to the dinosaur era.
Right. Yeah. Like, racism. Fuck.
Or you could go back to, like, anywhere. Fuck. It's horrible. The world is a fucked up place when you think about it through that lens, which is totally real. More people should think about that more, as opposed to, like, sugarcoating our lives with fucking social media. That's all, everything we see is catered to us through this computer brain. Like, look at the actual reality of the world and realize how you might be lucky or the world's a little bit unstable. Like,
do you think
I think we all have to do a bit more?
Like, white people have had it pretty good for a long time, right? But do you think
Can't deny that.
This era, where technically this is probably the hardest white people have had it, which isn't, and it's not that bad. I'm just saying, like,
it's hard to say, man. I mean, like, there's a lot. It's like definitely this era, but think about all the other eras. If you're not in a position of privilege or power, no matter what time or where, you've probably dealt with a lot of abuse and, like, suffering. Like, the majority of people on this planet right now probably aren't, there's fucking almost 8 billion people, dude. Think about how many people, just based on proximity to water are, like, dude, we're like 10 kilometers from a Great Lake. Oh no, 1 kilometer now where we are. I thought we were more north. We can go to, like, one of the biggest bodies of water in the world. It's right down
30
there.
steps from a Great Lake.
Dude, you know what I mean?
It's great.
There's millions of people all over the world. Their water supply is, like, very limited. So I don't know. Again, I'm talking big shit.
You're talking big
pop
picture
culture podcast.
Yeah.
I do like pop culture. I do.
You're a sports guy, right?
Yeah.
So Tom Brady, Made $330 million over his career, and he's still going to play one more year. But he's already, before retiring, he's already got hired from his next job. Have you heard about this?
Yeah, Fox, 10
years, $375 million. He's already got. Wow. He's going to make more money than he did his whole career as a player, and he's not going to have to get hit.
That's crazy. I mean, he's a big draw. He's probably going to be worth the money for Fox. People will tune in to see what he's talking about.
Yeah.
And honestly, he seems like Belichick. Obviously, is a good coach and gets a lot of credit, which is deserved. But Brady is obviously a very smart football player. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He knows the game.
Belichick does deserve credit, but I think Brady deserves more credit. A lot of people...
He's on the field making the plays.
People tried to say he was like system, whatever, like he only won because Belichick was there. And even that one year that he got injured because they got like 10 wins with Jimmy Garoppolo. Like, people were like, see, it'll work with anyone. No, it won't. And Brady is the GOAT.
He's
unquestionable.
I mean, you can't... You can question different things, but he's an amazing...
It's unquestionable.
He's an amazing player, and as an analyst, like, he'll be good at that job. You know?
Tom Brady has... for the first 10 years of Tom Brady's career, I hated him because I was a Raiders fan, and the Tuck rule pissed me off.
Fair enough.
But the next 10 years, I just enjoyed because I'm like, this guy fucking doesn't stop, yo.
The guy's... His ability to win is crazy.
Yeah.
All the winning is nuts.
That Atlanta Falcons Super Bowl, that's the one that I was like, I can't hate this guy anymore.
28-3, man.
Yeah, unbelievable.
It's crazy. That was crazy.
And then going to Tampa and still being great.
The guy could play. So, 37 million. It's great when you get to these numbers where you're like,
375 million.
This guy's already got probably $500 million in the bank. Or wherever he's
going. Oh, yeah, because 330 over his playing career, but then he has all his endorsements, everything. Like, that's not even including that.
You give him another $400 million, and he's like, all right, I'll tuck that away somewhere. Like, and everyone got says so much fucking money already.
His wife makes more money than him. I don't even...
Yeah, Gisele Bundchen, right?
I don't get how modeling, like, makes that much money once you're retired.
You get involved with all these huge... like Olay and stuff like that, and Unilever, evil company.
Well, that's how fucking
very evil company.
Rihanna's a billionaire, and she
it's the same. It's like people buy there's a lot of places people love to watch sports and sports bars, but every single Shoppers Drug Mart, Pharma Plus you pass has their products in it, right? So everywhere across the world, all these stores like that are like Gisele Bundchen's. I don't even know what the fuck it is.
I don't know what hers is either.
But her whatever, people buy that.
Yeah, no, what a match, eh? He left his first wife for her, right? I think she was pregnant with their first child when he left too.
What was her name?
That was like Tom Brady's biggest scandal of his career. He's been pretty clean cut his whole time, but leaving your pregnant wife was a little bit wacky. But it worked out.
Yeah, it did work out. He also has that clip where he kisses his son on the lips.
Oh, that was a little bit weird too.
It's a little weird.
Yeah.
Son's
come here, give me a kiss right on the lips.
Son's like 10.
Yeah,
right.
I never kissed my dad on the lips.
No.
Rarely even on the cheek. I can't even remember kissing my dad on the cheek.
I don't think I've ever kissed my dad on the cheek either.
A lot of hugs though.
Sure, hugs. Sure, handshakes.
Bring it in. Yeah.
Hugs and handshakes, but
hugs and handshakes.
To kiss.
That's a good name for an album.
You think about it like this: if somebody was like, "I'll give you," how much would it take for you to kiss your dad on the lips for as long? They'll have a timer. You have to time how long Tom Brady kissed his son on the lips. It might be 2 Mississippi. Maybe 1.5 Mississippi. That's a pretty long lip lock.
Yeah.
How much? $100,000 to kiss your dad like that?
$100,000 easily, yeah. Why not?
Of course.
For 2 seconds of work.
$100,000. Life changing.
Yeah.
$5,000?
Probably. 2 seconds of work.
$100?
No.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So somewhere between $100 and $5,000.
Would you do it for $1,000?
I don't know,
man. It's no tongue or anything. It's just. It's like
$1,000 is like you got. It's $1,000. I don't know. $5,000 I think is my minimum, man.
$5,000 is a good one. Yeah.
Even if the guy tried to lowball me, but I'm making this up now. $3,500, I'd be like, I need the 5, and I need it in cash.
Yeah. See, now I'm not making a lot of money, so that's why I could be. You're catching me in
I'm sorry.
You're catching me in a hard spot right now,
right.
So I might settle for $1,000 if you ask me today. But
yours,
2 months,
cool the money.
2 months, the price goes up.
Okay.
Yesterday's price is to not today's price.
$5,000. Yeah. That's still. It's still. I don't know why we're talking about this.
And honestly, my dad used to have a mustache. That would be double the price.
Yeah, we would have to. Mustache on mustache. There's some friction there. You might start to get a spark.
When he's clean cut, If he's freshly shaven, I'll knock 5% off.
Oh, fuck.
Does your dad have a mustache?
No. He did in the 70s, though, of course. I think that was like obligatory.
So my dad had a mustache. Yeah, oh man, you know Bee Gees? That was my dad. The long hair and the mustache.
That's amazing. What kind of car did he drive?
Oh, I wish I knew. I don't know.
You got to ask him.
I should find out, yeah.
He'll tell you. Old people love to tell you. Oh, let me tell you.
Yeah, his first car,
He'll fucking tell you.
his teenage, early 20s car.
He'll love to tell you.
Yeah, man. Fucking, I remember when my dad shaved his mustache in it was probably like the late 90s, whatever. He had it most of my childhood, and then he shaved it, and we're like, whoa, new face. Like,
yeah, it's crazy, no?
New face, who this?
I don't think I could ever shave my beard. My daughter would be like, what did you do?
When's the last time you've been clean shaven?
It's probably been like a decade now. But I take it down pretty thin. Like, it's not like a big, giant beard all the time.
Right. Yeah.
So,
how's your daughter?
2.5.
Wow. Pandemic baby, right?
A little bit before, actually. We were blessed with the pandemic after her birth. That was nice.
It was nice, yeah. You get to just stay home and
that was great.
be a dad.
And not see anybody that you love. That was fun.
Oh, that was kind of shitty, yeah.
Yeah.
Good point.
3 months after she was born, they were like, oh, just so you know, you can't go anywhere and see anybody for the next year. So you can go and fuck yourself.
Yeah. And how about we make that 2 years? 2.5. Who's counting?
Anyway, it's over now.
It's over now.
In a lot of ways.
One thing that's not over is the never-ending saga of Kim Kardashian and her wild exploits. It wouldn't be a JamEasy Times episode if we didn't have one story about her. And it's because Ray J's coming out with his side of the whole sex tape scandal.
Yeah.
He's been taking a lot of heat. Well. They said that there was new tapes coming out and people were blaming Ray J for that. People were dragging his name through the mud. Now Ray J's coming out and he's like, listen, she has all the tapes. She's always had all the tapes. She released the first tape, and any other tape that comes out is released by her. This is all fucking Kim. So, and I believe him.
Sure. I mean, if he had those tapes, he would have already released them to make money.
He said he almost killed himself when the first thing happened because he's like, they're building an empire off this sex tape, becoming rich and famous, and people are trashing him along the way as if it's like his fault. And he's like, they are reaping the benefit of everything they're doing, and he's getting punished for it. It's crazy.
I think if he had a better name, it would have worked out better for him. I think Ray J, the name Ray J is like, it sounds like he's a circus clown or something. It rhymes too much. Is his last name J? J-A-Y? Is his name Ray J?
I think it's just
Is it Johnson?
Okay, now I'm going to have to look this up.
What's his name?
He's Brandy's
Ray
brother.
J is bad marketing right off the job. He should have changed his name as soon as he got the press and been like, I go by like Montero. Would have been great. My name's Montero. Here's my new single. Instead, he stuck with Ray J.
Let's see. What's Ray J's last name?
Ray J.
Yeah, it's Junior. It's Junior. Ray Norwood Jr.
His name's Ray. So his last name's Junior.
His last name's Norwood.
Norwood. So his name's Ray Norwood.
Yeah.
So Kim Kardashian had sex with a man named Ray Norwood.
Yeah. And I saw the sex tape more like Ray Morwood.
There you go. See?
Kim?
That's good.
Yeah.
So I've heard about this. She has a bunch of tapes, and he's claiming that it was a strategy to get her famous, to put her on by releasing this.
Yes.
Like Paris
Which
Hilton. And
worked.
at the time, to be honest with you, it was a surefire way, in a way, if you were able to have the promotion machine behind you, to get press. That's going to generate interest.
Right.
You have this leak of your sex tape.
When it came
Sometimes
out,
I forget that that's how it all happened for her.
Yeah.
And it just seems like this like weird, unreal entity now that like she enters into a room with this like weird crystal vase over her, and she's like glowing like when Mr. Burns, they think he's an alien.
Yeah.
And she just enters and she's like, I have products for you. And she just tries to sell shit to you. It's really strange. She doesn't seem, of all the humans the people you interact with, she's probably the least like any of those people. She's very doesn't seem, when you come out and you're like, I don't know, she says all these weird things about, she got shit because she wore Marilyn Monroe's dress.
Yeah.
The dress aside, but she said she was like, I had to crash diet. I had to lose 16 pounds in 2 days, and all these people are just like, can you stop telling girls to lose 16 pounds in 2 days?
Yeah, there's no way that's safe.
Please, like, just stop.
Yeah.
For God's sake, have some fucking sense. You're a lawyer now as well. I'm assuming that you're intelligent now because you're a lawyer.
Yeah.
Stop saying stupid shit.
Yeah,
Please.
Yeah.
Anyway, what were you gonna say? That's my rant.
I can't even remember now. I'm
Ray
just,
J?
16 pounds in 2 days. Like that's all I'm thinking.
Yeah, it was something ridiculous.
I'm thinking I would love to lose 16 pounds
No,
in
it was
2 days.
like-
Let's talk about our
comes out
favorite
and
eating
she's
disorders.
like-
Have
she
you ever
comes
tried one out?
Yeah. She comes out. This eating disorder I've had is probably called food poisoning, where you just don't eat for 3 days because I've drank yourself.
I've taken bulimia for a spin. Thrown up after a big meal.
Have you?
Yeah, one time. So you know Caravana, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
So I used to go to Caravana all the time, and like one day I went out with my girl's family at the time, Guyanese girl, whatever. So we were gonna go to a soca thing that night.
Sure.
'Cause they're all about soca. So we went to a buffet
Oh, see.
before, and now I have to get up and jump and wave later.
Oh, dude.
Well,
You would have puked.
so I puked before.
Good, smart.
I was like, let me make a little room in this
because
tummy.
you also have beers in there and rum and everything else.
Yeah. So I went to the bathroom.
The
puked,
buffet is
and
a bad idea. Before
It was
that.
a very bad idea. So honestly, if you're gonna try an eating disorder, I recommend bulimia over anorexia. You get to eat the food. Why would you not?
Will
Why would
kill
you not?
you though.
Well, I looked up most of the
Bulimia
side
will kill
effects
you
of
too.
it, and most of them do affect women more than men, or maybe they just haven't done the studies on men because
Well, I
men
think-
haven't been trying it out.
The woman from the Cranberries died, I think, from bulimia. And what happens is you vomit so frequently that it wears away at your esophagus and that it becomes infected.
Shit, that makes a lot of sense. My throat has
So
a
it's
little
not.
scratchy.
It's like you puking one time for a soca thing is one thing, but puking 3 times a day, every day for your entire life.
I've never done it like that.
No,
I just mix it in.
Why it's bad.
Maybe once every couple months.
Listen, if you go to a buffet and you want to recharge, I get it. Especially if it's one of those ones in Vegas. It's huge. It's like, all the world styles, like Mexican and like Greek, and you can eat a bunch of shit. That, I've been to one of those, and I was so like, so excited. Like, I probably should have thrown up and eaten more because I love the taste of food so much.
Yeah, you get to taste it
So
twice.
a buffet, I get it.
You think it tastes good on the way in? Try it on the way out.
Yeah.
Bulimia.
It's a remix.
If you want to try bulimia, enter Jam10 at checkout. No, that's the new sponsor of the podcast. Just fucking representing for bulimia. No. Anyways, fun show. Anything to promote before you go?
Dude, not if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's shirt_Gordon. Basically, I've been doing lots of shows throughout town. I would say if you're listening and you're in Toronto, go see some live comedy at Comedy Bar, at the Corner Comedy Club, or even Nothing Fancy, a new comedy club in town. They just opened Dundas and Ossington area.
You're just promoting every club now.
Dude, just go. Yeah, man.
Are you there? Are you? Those three are your main three?
Yeah, I think so. But like honestly, just go and see a live show because it's a fun way to spend money, have a beer, have some laughs, and we got to have people going up on stage and having regular people laugh at them and not attack them. So if you're gonna attack somebody, leave your brass knuckles at home. Go see a comedy.
If you're gonna attack somebody, where should they go?
Oh man,
It's somewhere you're not gonna be.
Thunderdome, Oshawa.
Yeah. I will not do shows there. And where did Shirt Gordon come from? What's the shirt thing?
I always
Is
had
this big shirt guy?
I had a running joke that I was gonna name my firstborn kid Shirt.
And what's your firstborn kid's name?
Violet. So I balked. Shirt is a funny name for a person.
Yeah. Hey, Shirt.
Shirt Gordon. If that was your name, I always thought it was a funny name.
If you have a second one, you think maybe you'll give it a try? Or is your girl totally out on it?
I mean, it's Shirt. I just would never do it, actually. Or it'd be like...
How about middle name?
Maybe.
Give him a middle name.
Maybe.
If you have a son.
Shirt's not a bad...
It's a tough one to give to a girl. I know your firstborn's a girl.
Shirt's a total guy's name.
Total guy. You don't want to be... No. Nobody wants to be a girl named Shirt.
Shirt as a girl is very strange, where Shirt as a boy is just like kind of strange. And you're just like, well, that's weird. But if it's a girl, you're like,
Your dad...
We need to get...
Your daddy issues start immediately.
Child Protective Services. You named your kid Shirt.
And shout out your podcast one last time.
Yeah, People You May Know podcast with Jarrett Campbell and I. It's hilarious. First episode is on YouTube right now. Just type in People You May Know. It's like this. It's a live video podcast. We might release it as audio. I'm not sure yet. But we'll have more episodes coming soon. So come and check that out if you want.
It's way more professionally done than this. Don't undersell
This is great.
it. Yours is much better.
Backsplash, come on.
And two of the funniest guys on the scene, You and Jarrett Campbell,
man.
so funny.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming to the show.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
See you guys. Peace.
Thanks, guys.
I was getting some head from Benzino, no neck. He was all on my line. I could show you the text.